When you think of GameCube, what games do you think of? I'll give you a second to think. Thought of something? Great. Maybe you think of Zelda, or maybe Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, or maybe even the first Animal Crossing game in North America. Well, what I think of is Luigi's Mansion. Luigi's Mansion is my favorite game of all time, but how did I learn about its existence? Well, I was a young kid at the time and I was at my cousin's house. I saw a game called Luigi's Mansion lying about, and I thought it'd be just another Mario game, it'd be fun. Because at the time, I loved playing Super Mario 64 on my dad's Nintendo 64. I grew up playing that game. We popped into his indigo colored GameCube and I started playing, and that's when the love for the game happened. Every time I was over, I would play Luigi's Mansion, and every time I booted it up, I would have fun no matter what. I remember I would always die laughing at the cutscene of Egad trying to suck up a ghost, but he keeps getting dragged around by it. My cousin didn't think it was funny though, but I did. A few years later, me and my dad went down to our local GameStop and I begged him to buy a copy of Luigi's Mansion so I could play it at the Wii back home. So you see, I do have a history with it, and it's a meaningful game to me. When you boot up the game, you hear a loud, low-pitched voice say, Nintendo. After that, you hear the almost famous intro to the game. At the time, I had never seen anything like this in a video game. A dark title screen with eerie music? I played Ocarina of Time when I was younger, but I never got to the spooky parts of the game at the time I first played Luigi's Mansion, so it was a shocker to me to see something so spooky in a Nintendo game. You can see how much I really love this game by how many times I've beaten it in my lifetime. My save file says I beat it 23 times. Don't judge. Since you saw the title of the video, yes, I'm wearing headphones to beat this game, and I'm going to tell you what I noticed while playing. Playing games with headphones on is different than playing using the speakers of a TV. You hear more of the detailed parts of a video game's environment and musical tracks. In Pokemon Yellow on the Game Boy, it has a sound option for headphones, 3 different options in fact. If you choose one of those options, you can really hear the difference even without headphones on. Here, take a listen. The idea to use headphones while playing just kind of happened. My CRT TV has a headphone jack in it, and I thought, what if I put headphones in there to make it louder? I did and was amazed, and I thought to make a video about it. I would like it to be known that yes, I do know the video quality is bad, but I don't have a DVR to get good footage of the game, and I don't want to shell out a bunch of money for a capture card. Secondly, the little details in the music or sounds in the game could not be recognized by my camera because they were too quiet or muffled by other sounds. Forgive me for that. In a way, it incentivizes you to do it yourself and hear the cool details I might have missed and hear them for yourself in real time. Well, with that out of the way, let's start the adventure. For this video, I decided not to sort anything I took note of into categories. I instead decided to tell you just what I noticed based on when I encountered it in my time playing. First, I changed the in-game audio to stereo so I could get detailed sound out of both ears and still hear everything. Surround sound still emits all the sound from the game, but when used with headphones, it makes some noises so quiet you can't hear them at all. I start up a new save file just for this video and watch the beginning cutscene. Nothing worth noting really sounds different with headphones on, so I'll just skip to the next part when we enter the mansion. So, you enter the foyer, and the first thing I noticed was the ambiance. Here, take a listen. The attention to detail makes this really atmospheric. You can hear the sounds of creaking wood from the mansion, the wind whipping outside, almost pounding on the exterior of it. This is by far one of the best ambiences in the game. Makes you feel alone, like there's no one else around for miles and miles. You're trapped in the mansion till you get Mario, and you're trapped with your thoughts also. It's very creepy, but very cool. After that, the game lets you explore the foyer and get used to your environment and your controls. But that's not what we're here for. We're here to listen to the sounds. I went to a door and twisted the doorknob, but nothing really cool happened. You could hear the glove hitting the doorknob, and I thought that was kind of interesting because I never heard that before. I went to the door to the parlor to try and open it, but obviously it doesn't open. But wait until you hear the music that starts playing when you're about to get the key. Here, take a listen. With headphones on, that music track vibrates your whole head. It's kinda cool, and it makes you feel like you're actually there, kinda. We grab the key and we go to unlock the parlor. The cool thing about this is it's dead silent with headphones on. You can hear your heartbeat, you can feel it, like you're Luigi unlocking that door at that moment. It's kinda crazy. Then you get to the scene of Luigi meeting Egad for the first time. The only thing I really noticed is you can hear Egad's footsteps right before he's on camera and while he's getting dragged around by the ghost. Nothing much, but attention to detail is what really makes it matter. Like a lot of the songs in the game, the training room theme has some little details in it that you probably wouldn't pick up on your TV speakers. Here, take a listen and see what I mean. Did you notice the part I was talking about? If you didn't notice it, here's the clip again. It's that little boing sound effect. It's a nice little detail to this song. I've never noticed this before until I started playing with headphones on. It's really cool. So I completed the training and I went to the gallery, but I'm gonna save you guys some time because there wasn't really anything interesting in the gallery to talk about. So I enter the parlor like you're supposed to do and blow out the candles, and then the portraits start talking to you. Normal. The little tune that follows is kinda cool with headphones on, but nothing really noteworthy. So the ghosts appear and I suck them up and clear the room. The only thing that's really noteworthy is a song plays when you're sucking up a ghost, but in normal gameplay it's kinda hard to hear because it's so loud when you're sucking up a ghost. So if you haven't heard it before, here, take a listen. What you get to the part of the portrait ghost, you get to hear the main theme, the music that plays in the dark hallways. Playing alone in your room at night with the lights off, this song is a banger. It makes you feel like you're actually there. And again, the bass vibrates your head, so it makes for a great experience. When catching portrait ghosts, they too have a music track that plays when sucking them up. It's not as creative as the other one, but it's still a nice touch. Now's a good time to talk about what you hear a lot throughout the game, Luigi whistling. This is by far the best ambience in the game. If you close your eyes and listen to it with headphones on, it makes it feel like you're there, actually there in the mansion. Here, take a listen. Next, you start playing with Chauncey, and the danger music starts playing. It's a little different from the rest of the music, and this music actually feels like you're doing something action-packed, and of course the bass vibrates your head. After you beat an area boss in the game, like Chauncey or Bogmire, it plays a nice, calm, relaxing theme to show, like, hey, it's a safe spot now. With headphones on, this song is very calming and makes the atmosphere a lot more relaxing. It's hard to explain with words, but it was very calming with headphones on. You're in the room with the ghost portrificationizer and putting the ghosts back in their paintings. A part of the song that plays is just Egad's footsteps. Here, see if you can spot it. The song that plays when your score is being tallied up isn't that notable. The only thing I really notice is the bass is very loud in your ears, but that's just personal experience. There's a piece of audio in the game I found very interesting. When you flash a ghost, you can hear its heart beating. It doesn't matter if it's a portrait ghost or not. But when you're sucking it up, you can still hear the heart beating. I couldn't get the capture with my camera because my camera wouldn't pick it up, so you're just gonna have to believe me on that one. This next sound you can hear with speakers on your TV, but when wearing headphones it's more defined. When a ceiling ghost comes down from the ceiling to drop a bomb or just to scare you, you can hear them clapping their little ghostly hands. It's kind of weird, but it's pretty cool. The song that plays when you're catching a boo was very different when having headphones on. The first thing I noticed was the song was less flat. What I mean by that is you can hear more instruments that are in the song. You can hear like these like little electric like instruments that were used. It was very interesting. Another thing I thought was cool was when the mouse vortex comes out of a mouse hole or whatever it is, it has like a little whooshing sound effect. The camera obviously couldn't pick it up, so I can't show you, but if you do it yourself, you'll be able to hear it. In the conservatory, when you play all the instruments at once and it makes the Super Mario Brothers theme, you can hear each instrument more defined than just kind of hearing them jumbled together. Another tiny detail I noticed is in the backyard when you water the plant, the first time it starts sprouting and the leaves kind of pull apart, you can hear like a little noise where it's like ripping tape off the wall or something. Again, it was hard to get with the camera, but it was a nice touch. When you're in the graveyard fighting the 3 Mr. Bones, when you're sucking them up, you can hear them kind of chattering, their bones or whatever it is, kind of chattering together. It was a nice little touch. Again, the camera couldn't pick it up because it was kind of muffled by their health draining, and along with the vacuum and music playing, you can't really hear it. So it's just one of those things that you gotta experience for yourself to hear it. The intro theme that plays to Bogmire and his battle theme is more intense with headphones on. If you wear headphones while listening to this video, you'll definitely hear it. The next sound clip is one that everybody knows. It's Mario saying, "Hey Luigi, what's the holdup?" in the background of the... And the weird thing is, he's stuck in the painting and you're on a quest to go save him. And just in the background, you just hear him saying, "Come on Luigi, you need to go a little bit faster," which is basically what he's saying. It's just kind of creepy. Here's a quick secret for you. When you're in the weight room, go to this little treadmill and just keep running on it, hold left, and then when you're done, you get a key for it. After sucking up all the ghosts in the astral hall, you get to shoot the moon with a petrified ghost, and then a Milky Way path appears so you can go grab Mario's star. After completing the astral hall, don't collect Mario's star, and then re-enter the astral hall. You can hear the game load in Mario's star because it makes a little noise when it drops onto the ground. Defeating Boolossus, you go to try and unlock that door on the balcony, but lightning hits the mansion and the power goes out. A thing I noticed was that when the lamps do their little electrical thing, you can all hear them sound off at different times. It's not all at once. During the blackout, if you go to the phone room, you can hear the phones ringing. The tiny detail I noticed is when they're ringing, they kind of jump off the telephone stand, which you can see in-game, but you can actually hear it with headphones on. I'm pretty sure you can hear it with speakers, but I didn't try. Once you get the key from Uncle Grimly, you go down to the basement and switch the breaker. Another cool atmospheric touch is the hallway that connects the first floor and the basement. When Luigi's humming or whistling, it echoes throughout the room, making it known that the room is empty. In the pipe room, there's water droplets that fall from the ceiling. If you listen very closely, you can hear each individual drop touch the floor. Nice detail. After you water the plant in the backyard for the last time, it opens up and spews money everywhere. The second it opens up, it makes a sound that's so quiet, you could only hear it with headphones on. It sounds like stepping on a dry leaf or stepping on a nutshell. Here's a recreation of what it kinda sounded like. So finally, you make it to the final room of the game, the secret altar. King Boo's waiting right there, staring at Mario's painting. Your job is to go up to King Boo and capture him. When getting sucked into the painting with Bowser, it feels more intense. You can hear more of the instruments of the song. The song has a climactic build-up like, oh shit, you're fighting the big boss. Bowser himself is going to torture you for the rest of eternity. The game immediately sends you to hell, like it's saying, Luigi is damned for eternity to fight Bowser and King Boo. If you listen very carefully, in the background you can hear the demons and the damned souls screaming from pain. Another thing that you can hear, it's very subtle, but you can hear the fire in the background. The theme that plays after defeating an area boss still plays after beating King Boo. It's very subtle, it's very quiet, and stops as soon as EGAD starts calling you on the Game Boy Horror.
Oh, Mario? Mamma mia! Oh, 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 oh.
And with that concludes my journey of playing Luigi's Mansion with headphones on. Would I recommend playing this game yourself with headphones on? Yes, I strongly recommend it. Some of the sounds I've described in this video are very hard to hear with a camera. That's why I recommend to play it yourself and experience it yourself. And who knows, maybe if this video gets some traction, which I don't know if it will or not, if it does, I will play another game with headphones on and make a video about it. And this is the end of the video, and here are my closing remarks. Should you play Luigi's Mansion with headphones on? Yes, you should. The game has an atmosphere unmatched by any other Nintendo game. It makes you feel like you're actually there, immersed in the environment. Whether it be the echoes through the hall or the creaking of the mansion, it makes an atmosphere unlike any other. I think the key takeaway from this is games are more immersive when you can hear the little details of audio in your ear. And with that, I would like to thank you for watching and hope you stick around for more content like this. And if I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.